which we love. Roses, come on. The way to a woman's heart, you bring her roses. It never fails every time, right? This is your one-piece heat-tolerant Sunbelt rose for $31.98. Your 3 easy payments here, $10.66. It's M132149. I wish you could smell what it smells like in here. You get that plum perfect, that gorgeous plum, or that honey that you're looking at on the screen, that beautiful yellow rose there. Roses are traditionally have this reputation of being very hard to grow.
Yeah, but not these ones.
Okay, let's talk about it.
First and foremost, they're called the Sunbelt roses because they're exceptionally heat and humidity tolerant. So if you live in Oklahoma or Los Angeles or Nevada and you cannot grow roses except for those ugly knockout roses, you know, in the past, a lot of us recognize knockout roses. In the past, they were the only roses that could grow in the hot regions of the country, but the flowers are small, they're not fragrant, they're just kind of yucky. These plants can grow in those hot regions, but they bring flowers with these floribunda style blooms, petal after petal, and a fragrance that is so divine, like every rose should have. You can smell it here. I know you can.
Oh yes, when I tell you these roses have fragrance, that's the one thing I can't stand, to be honest. When you go and get roses, like if you go to a store and you buy fresh cut roses, they don't smell like anything.
You
know what I mean?
Point?
Right.
Exactly.
I always go, I want a rose where I can smell, literally smell the roses. And sometimes you go and get the ones at the grocery store, you can't smell them. These cut so fragrant, really beautiful, and then literally dense petal after petal after petal, which is what you want in a rose.
Absolutely, and so, you know, they're called the Sunbelt because they grow in the hottest regions, but they're also non-grafted plants, which is really important if you live in the colder regions of the country, New Hampshire, Connecticut. These are hardy to zones 5, so they're going to be one of the most winter hardy roses, so they really just cover the entire country. And, you know, we have the two wonderful, this is what we're shipping to you guys.
Right.
It's a beautiful half-gallon size container, and they're absolutely going to start flowering the first year.
Nice.
Now, they have a really nice shrubby form. They get about 3 feet tall and wide, so it's easy to incorporate into the garden. You just need to choose. Do you love that plum perfect, which is an exquisite, rare purple, or that Tupelo honey? Or better yet, get one of each. Those colors are naturally complementary colors. They look gorgeous in the garden when grown together. And they're so fragrant.
Question, it says it's black spot resistant. What does that mean?
So black spot is a common disease that a lot of roses will get.
Okay.
And that's, you know, when people say they have a lot of trouble growing roses, you got to spray all those chemicals on it. Normally it's to combat the black spot. These ones have been bred with that in mind so that you don't have to worry about that. You're not out spraying chemicals. You know, I have a little baby boy on the way. I don't want to have thank you. I don't want to have chemicals in my garden. I want him to be able to run around.
Right.
So I'm going to be planting these because I know that they are going to be resistant to that and don't require chemicals.
Yeah, and again, they're very fragrant. We talked about that. They're heat tolerant. We talked about that, which is huge as well. So fragrant means deer's not going to like them. It's not going to be their first choice. So if you're like me, and that's always a concern, because our little speckle friend will probably come on through. Nope, won't have a nibble on these. It's all about the fragrance.
It is
with these,
but it's also all about the quantity of flowers.
Yeah.
Because these are non-stop, continuous blooming roses.
Because there's a friend of mine. I remember her mom cut her roses, and she was so nervous about if they were going to grow back.
There's a lot of roses, a lot of the old school roses, they only have a short window of about 3 to 4 weeks of blooming. These ones will start blooming mid-June, and they'll continue from June to July to August to September to October. I had mine well into November last year. We even had frost, and mine were still producing more flowers. That's what we love about them. They handle the heat.
So don't be afraid to cut a few off.
Don't be afraid. No, it's like the most special thing that my wife loves when I cut her flowers from our own garden. She loves it more than when I go and buy them, because it's like I actually, you know, quote unquote put work in to grow them. But no, I didn't. I just picked the right plants, and they grew themselves. That's what we do at Roberta, is we find the plants.
Take the compliment.
It's work. Trust me, I do. But do pick up our time-release fertilizer. Roses do like to be fed. So the time-release fertilizer, sprinkle it on when you get your plants planted. and then this is gonna give them what they need to do
And just
their
a couple
best.
times a season, that's it.
I do it twice.
See,
Yep.
twice, I love that. M132149 is your item number. It's your one-piece heat-tolerant Sunbelt Rose, $10.66 on an easy pay.